It's Quality Control.
Together again. I'm Alex.
I'm Evan.
Evangelos.
I'm John. And we're talking about 3 horror movies that are maybe 1 or 2 of them are classics. Maybe you can see them, maybe you can't.
Which ones are we talking about?
It is Invisible Man, the original one, 1933, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And that buckets.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Hollow Man, and then we got Invisible Man 2020. Who saw Invisible Man 1933 last out of the 3?
We just watched it.
Yeah, all 3 of us. All 3 of us were late to the game on Invisible Man.
Well,
I think unless you're from my dad's era.
just 90 years late. The Invisible Man is a 1933 Universal monster movie made by Universal. You may know them from other monster movies like Frankenstein and Dracula.
Wolfman.
Mm-hmm. But Invisible Man had some great special effects for the time. We just watched it, and it is based on H.G. Wells' novel. Well, I think the high points of the original Invisible Man movie is the special effects, the screaming bar lady.
Jenny! Hello?
Well, like John brought up too, it kind of laid out the groundwork that all the other Invisible Man movies that came out after started using, like the water hitting the skin.
Well, they don't show that. They mention it, though.
They mention it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool that they laid the groundwork for that.
So in this one, a scientist makes some kind of invisibility. He doesn't really say it's a serum in this movie. He's just already invisible at the beginning of the movie.
Well, he says, at one point, he does say that it is a series of injections.
A series of injections.
Yeah, that he injected himself and it was painful, and that's how he got to his state.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that I think that's my favorite part of the movie is the setup of Invisible Man walks into a bar, and then it's just, he's already invisible. You don't have any rigmarole of, he's already like...
He's wrapped in his wrappings with sunglasses.
He obviously doesn't just walk into the bar.
And he walks into a pub, a British pub.
A tavern, if you will.
Lion's Head.
He walks into the bar, and he's already in this state of psychosis, and...
Goes on a murder spree.
Yeah, fucking awesome.
Well, for some reason, he wants to move his lab into this pub's hotel area.
It's all secret.
Yeah, he wants to be secret. So he goes in completely visible into a place and sets up a lab to try to come up with a serum to make him visible again. I think is what he was working on, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was the plan, was to try to be seen again, which I can relate.
And he doesn't want to be disturbed, but all these blimey ball owners are
drunkards. These fucking drunkards.
Mm-hmm.
Screaming bar maiden.
The screaming barmaid won't leave him alone.
Yeah, definitely Cloris Leachman's, like, one of her inspirations in Young Frankenstein is that lady.
Good night. Good night.
So then they get the police involved. No one believes him until he makes it blatantly clear that he's an invisible man and shows everybody.
Then they lock arms together and march inward.
Yeah.
This is like 15 minutes into the movie, too. You don't have to wait long. He gives them the reveal very soon.
Yeah.
It is pretty epic.
Yeah, then the police lock arms and try to corner him, but he always manages to get away. Long story short, they end up killing him, and he comes back to visibility, right? The end. Well, The Invisible Man was a big hit, and Universal made several sequels. After Invisible Man in 1940 came The Invisible Man Returns, then The Invisible Woman the same year, then The Invisible Agent, which was a Nazi thing, then The Invisible Man's Revenge, and then Abbott and Costello meet the Invisible Man. And then the next sequel is The Hollow Man. Excuse me.
Hollow Man, year 2000.
Mm-hmm. This is what we really wanted to talk about.
Epic motion picture. So now we're going to go to Evan to just give us the synopsis of Hollow Man, because...
Get your notes.
Yeah, get your notes.
So, Hollow Man, year 2000.
Paul Verhoeven.
Paul Verhoeven.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Bacon plays a research doctor, research scientist. When the story kicks in, they've already made animals invisible with a serum. They're working on reversion. They're trying to bring them back visible again. And
I mean, it's kind of the plots of the original, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Kevin Bacon he's a rich douchebag, but he works with a team, which is a little bit different than...
Well, so they're making gorillas invisible, and then they go to the government to see if they can start human experiments. The government says no. but he lies to his crew and says they said yes, and he's going to test it on himself. And so he
he lies to the government and keeps it because remember he discovers reversion.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
they revert the ape back, and then he lies to the Pentagon and tells them they've made progress, but they haven't done that yet because he doesn't want them to get all the glory.
Yes. So he tests it on himself. They make Kevin Bacon invisible, and it's a process that starts with his skin, and then his muscles, and then his wing is out, and then his bones.
Yep, his muscly wing. We get to see his muscle dick. Mm-hmm. That was my one note. That was my takeaway.
Then he starts, creeping a little bit while he's invisible. Grabs one of his partner's tits.
Yeah, so it's kind of
being a weird creep. And then when they try to bring him back with reversion, they run into a problem. He almost has a heart attack, so he is stuck invisible. And then he just goes crazy. He turns into a crazy pervert.
Well, it's funny that he's a crazy pervert, and they all just kind of know. They're like,
yeah, they put up
Sebastian.
With it,
this is what do you think Sebastian was gonna do? He's a strange pervert guy.
He likes to pinch nips and grab asses.
Yeah, so we knew it was a bad idea to inject this guy because he was already kind of an asshole, but they went with it anyways.
And you could kind of tell he just wanted to test it on himself so he could grope women and
he watches his neighbor
be gross,
eats Twinkies.
Yeah, one interesting thing about this and the original Invisible Man is how their clothes don't turn invisible, so they have to be literally naked to be invisible. So in both of these movies, these characters are running around naked.
Yep.
And Hollow Man, it looks very cold out. Like it seems like he's just romping around the city.
His little invisible wang. There was a missed opportunity with the Twinkies that he was eating. I wish they would have showed it go down his gullet, but it did not happen. Also, the thermal goggles, they threw them in your face at the beginning of the film, and then all of a sudden they don't want to use them.
Yeah, when they were important, they lost
Shue
them.
even says, "I can't fucking see him," which is one of my favorite lines.
The whole science crew has thermal goggles that they use to catch monkeys. It is a pretty big flaw that
it is
throughout Hollow Man. They don't use these goggles really at all to track him down.
Pretty much as soon as Kevin Bacon starts raping people, they don't use the goggles. They're just like, where is he?
Well,
we need to use the environment.
It's insane because at the very beginning of the film with the gorilla, they use the goggles.
Yeah, dude.
And then they don't for like an hour and 40 minutes. And then when they're back, it's like the prop master was absent for the first and the last day, real fast with the goggles and the guns, or maybe it's just the guns, but I think it might be both. I think they're in Scary Movie 2. I think that's like the ghost seeing.
That's
thing.
Right.
It's like the paintball guns.
Yeah, they're chasing guns with ghosts. They're chasing guns with ghosts. Yeah,
but they got like the thermal goggles.
Hollow Man just needed a scene where Kevin Bacon is sabotaging all the goggles, and then it would be a flawless movie.
Hands down, the best movie with CG nipple pull. Some artists worked tirelessly.
Well, so he pulls down a blouse, and then you could see his hand squeezing the nipple. That's what you're referring to? The nipple, and he pulls it. Yeah.
What was the actress's name?
Molly Ringwald.
No, that was Ali Sheedy.
Ali Sheedy
with Kevin Bacon's wig on backwards.
Ali Sheedy with a Molly Ringwald haircut.
I feel like Kevin Bacon understood the assignment. So did Elizabeth Shue.
So the movie's pretty.
Job with it.
The movie's pretty satisfying, and we were watching it on VHS on a CRT TV, and that made the effects really passable.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty impressive. And I like it's what they did at the end of Invisible Man OG with the transfer his skull and his skin.
Yeah, so when they
slowly, but they do the dissectional of Kevin Bacon. And the cool thing too is that after they did all of the mocap, the team actually gave all the research to science.
Oh, really?
So it wasn't just in vain for some chintzy
for some Verhoeven movie,
$95 million B movie.
Verhoeven
they actually movie. They were like, hey, look, you can study Kevin Bacon's dick and all the veins in it in school.
And so the funny thing about Hollow Man is just how twisted Kevin Bacon is, and Sebastian is. And,
Sebastian Kane, Dr. Sebastian Kane.
And it seems like his main motivation is just to be gross.
Yeah, he got really jealous because him and Elizabeth Shue's character used to be kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
She starts boning the handsome Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin, yeah.
Who's a nerd because they put glasses on him.
But in his defense, they were keeping that from him. They could have just been honest friends, right? I did a little bit of extra credit work. There was an Invisible Man movie between 1933 and Hollow Man, and it was called Memoirs of the Invisible Man, starring Chevy Chase. A John Carpenter movie. So I was watching that until I fell asleep the other day because it's actually boring. But in that one, Chevy Chase plays an invisible man that was in a building where an experiment went haywire.
This building is also turning invisible.
And the building turned partly invisible. And Chevy Chase completely turned invisible, but his clothes did too. So he's
truly invisible.
And his clothes are invisible, so he doesn't have to be naked in that. The interesting thing about that movie is they did a gimmick where it shows him eating and chewing gum. So he in that one he eats, and you can see it go into his stomach, and he also smokes, so you can see it fill his lungs. I did another little extra credit work. I watched parts of Hollow Man 2. Have you guys seen that?
Hollow Man 2.
I love how I watched parts of Hollow Man 2.
Who is it?
It has Christian Slater.
How do you feel?
Feel like I'm about to blast off.
They literally only got him for 2 scenes. The rest of it is just the rest of it's just his voiceover. So Christian Slater's Hollow Man is invisible through most of the movie. And it's just his voice. So what Hollow Man 2 is about is there are these 2 detectives who are like poor man's Mulder and Scully, and they're just investigating this Hollow Man that's out there. And so I guess it's kind of implied that what happens in between is Kevin Bacon and those people give the technology to the government. They test it on Christian Slater, and Christian Slater starts running amok. There's a booster. Okay, I'm sorry.
Back it up.
Yeah, so in Hollow Man 2, if you go invisible, you end up dying. So they invented a booster to keep him going, kind of like the COVID booster. You kind of keep having to get it. And so he's after the booster this whole movie. He's chasing scientists, and these 2 detectives are after him. And it's so boring, but the effects in it again are kind of good for the time. There's a lot of the rain fights, and and then the detective makes himself invisible, and there's just these 2 invisible men fighting.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
It's pretty bad, but
we could probably film that tonight.
That's Hollow Man.
They're fighting.
Hey, look,
I promise.
Let me pan this camera over here. Look at them over there. Whoa.
Yeah, so Hollow Man 2, it was a direct-to-video sequel, and I tried watching both that and Memoirs of Invisible Man. I fell asleep to because they're both pretty boring.
Interesting too, Elizabeth Shue
in Hollow Man 1.
Hollow Man 1, yeah, not Hollow Man 2. And Elizabeth Shue, they actually stopped production for 7 weeks because she injured her foot.
Oh. Making Hollow Man?
And then also, not PETA, but one of the acronyms that investigates animal abuse. We're so convinced at that scene where Kevin Bacon pulls the dog out of that kennel and then slams it, and it explodes. The thermal camera, which I think the thermal camera stuff is the best shit in the movie.
Yeah, there's Predator camera.
Yeah, Predator camera, thermal stuff really seals the deal. Like, that gimmick pushes it. It was so convincing that
brutal.
They investigated it, and they had to show them the raw footage of Kevin Bacon like pulling the real dog out and handing it to the trainer and swapping it out with the dummy and slamming it.
They thought he killed a real dog.
I mean, it's so good looking. That's what it reminded me of when I saw Dances with Wolves and all the buffalo were dying, and I was like, damn, they got a license to kill all these buffalo? This movie's dope. Dude, it was so real that I was like, well, to make a movie, gotta kill buffalo. Burgers. But it's like K&B makeup effects team building buffalo and like doing all these gimmicks.
It's a very shocking scene in Hollow Man. It's because the dog's just barking and he's getting annoyed.
Well, and I saw it again. I was like, I'm sorry you had to see that, Russell. Russell's my dog, and my dog was just like, I don't care. I'm gonna chew on this and lick my balls.
Hollow Man, I would say, is possibly the quintessential Invisible Man movie out of the ones I've seen.
I would agree, and it has like all the spectacle that a normal horror movie never has.
I like to call him Stone Temple Pilots Invisible Man.
Wait, tell me why.
No, it's not Stone Temple Pilots.
No,
it's just
not.
ridiculous. Like it's
No, it's Stone Sour.
Yeah.
No,
It's not Stone Sour.
But yeah, he pulls up in his cool Porsche.
I thought it was Evanescence.
Poor man's Evanescence.
It was their the demo record, and they were like, "Yeah, Kevin Bacon, take us there."
So in most of the Invisible Man movies, it's always a mad scientist who makes himself invisible. Memoirs of Invisible Man, which with Chevy Chase, he's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. He's a normal guy, and the rest of the movie is him just being invisible and trying to get with Daryl Hannah while
He's invisible.
while the scientists are after him.
Well, and that's the most interesting part about that movie is it's a chase movie, no pun intended, which is completely different than all the others. Where
Yeah.
it's like,
And it's a John
except
Carpenter
for-
movie. Do you know that?
Of course,
Yeah.
That was the beginning of the end for John Carpenter. That was like the last.
I guess he famously hated making that movie.
I've done a lot of fantasy films, and I've always wanted to do an Invisible Man picture.
He hates making movies in general now. All he does is just play video games.
Yeah.
Dude.
synth, dude. He does the synth.
I don't blame him. Making movies is agony.
It's
I can tell you that.
Dude, if I made Ghost of Mars, I wouldn't make movies anymore either.
Did he do Ghost?
Dude, it's
No
called
way.
it's called John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars.
Dude,
Right.
crazy, bro. I need to watch
Which
that.
was
Girl, I like you already.
Yeah.
Sam Neill is the bad guy in Memoirs of the Invisible Man.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's John Carpenter alum because Mouth of Madness, which was the follow-up
Never
to
saw it.
Memoirs of an Invisible Man. We should move on to
The modern day.
the third and hopefully final Invisible Man movie titled Invisible Man.
Or how I like to call Tech Bro Invisible Man. Take the reins on this one.
I'll take it, dude, because everybody else got a turn, so I feel like this one's my turn. Okay, so this film, incorrectly titled Invisible Man, should really have been called Gaslight Man. Because lady's scared a rapey husband boyfriend guy. He want baby. She's scared. He fakes his own death. And then tries to scare her into being in love with him again with his cool invisible suit. That's the movie right there.
It's like if Jeffrey Epstein was in love with one of his victims and he had a invisible suit.
And unfortunately, I hate to say it because it's kind of sexist and maybe mean, but if he was in love with maybe the fuggliest victim that he had, that was really good at acting scared at absolutely nothing. She's very scared, which she does such a great job of being scared. She's amazing.
I think she did her job, dude. But yeah,
So the interesting thing
the
about
only person that
the interesting thing of the new one is that it's not a serum. It's a
suit.
It's a suit, which is actually something that almost exists. I've seen things on YouTube that these invisible suits where that basically it's a camera that shows an image that makes you invisible.
it reminded me of the Octacamo in Metal Gear Solid 4, dude.
It's like the invisibility cloak in Harry Potter.
I got 2 pages of notes on this movie. I fucking hated it.
You hated it.
So much.
Why?
First of all, it was very dark.
You mean
Second of all,
like dark and
Like
visibility, it was dark.
yeah.
So much so that the opening credits were invisible. They were outlined. They splashed with water, but I was like, oh god, we're
okay,
off to
so
a bad
that
start.
wasn't just me then, because my TV is fucked and it's dark. But I was
It's
like,
kind of
dude,
dark too. I watched it during the day. I
can't tell.
I
now.
paused it, put down the shades, changed my settings to increase the brightness. So, and I feel like this movie it is quintessential horror movie where they gotta like pull the rubber band and build the suspense, and it just did it ad nauseum.
Yeah. I do like cake.
2 hours into the movie, we don't know who he is. It's all based off of words. They don't show anything about the bad things he does. Everything about him is like this. He's a ghost
Well,
that just wears this suit.
well, so she's like his she's been with him for a while and she's been trying to escape. She escapes and then she finds out that he's dead. That he killed himself.
Because he's dead.
But he just continually starts messing with her and gaslighting her.
Yeah.
until she's in an insane asylum where he breaks into and kills all the guards. And
Which I thought that scene was so laughable how bad they were. They just kept rushing in and rushing in. These characters have no sense of self-preservation, like not 1 ounce.
But it was all a oneer, and that's what they were going for. Was like, this is gonna wow and pizzazz
that
the
whole,
fucking
that
audience.
whole flip of the camera thing. Whoop, whoop.
you know, it's funny bringing it back to 1933. How much of both Hollow Man and the New Invisible Man were at least talked about in the original, like the gaslighting people, messing with people, robbing banks, that kind of thing was all imagined way in the past.
Did you guys know that the black dude that she was staying with was a cop until like almost 3/4 of the way through the movie? I missed that whole thing.
I only knew because there was a throwaway line at one point where she was on the phone with her sister or something, and she's like, "Are you sure you're safe?" And she's like, "Well, yeah, I'm with James. He is a cop."
See, I did not hear that.
There was a throwaway line to explain, like, he is a cop.
Because all of a sudden I was like, oh, he's a cop. Okay.
And that was another thing that sucked about the movie. Yeah, her best friend that's protecting her roommate guy is also the cop investigating the thing, because that's not a conflict of interest. Like, as soon as he was in that interrogation room with her and another cop, that's fucking so stupid. In a movie with, like, the suit is believable, but again, that in of itself I didn't like. Also because it didn't change his brain. He was already just a mean guy who also happened to be like rich guy with a fucking tech invisible thing. It's like
his motives are a little bit like, I mean, because he also frames his brother and gets his brother involved, and it's just all.
Well, supposedly,
but
that's
also
all very
doesn't frame his brother because his brother's doing it all.
It's all very elaborate just to mess with this woman. I mean, you basically fake your own death, wipe out your existence, give your fortune away to her, and all just to mess with her. And it's like, what was his end goal? Like, just to get her pregnant and then come back to life, or was he always going to be
that
dead?
That was it.
That was where it got muddy, dude.
That was, as far as I could understand, that was the goal, was just to have. He must be a huge Handmaid's Tale fan because he has to have Elizabeth Moss's child.
Yeah.
Moss's child.
She's a lady. She's in Handmaid's Tale, same lady.
He must be a big fan because he has to have a child with her. There's like some cliches that are really tough for me, especially in horror movies. Nobody believes me. This is that movie encompassed.
I swear.
So many easy ways to be like, hey, I didn't send this email. Hey, I didn't kill that girl. Everywhere has a camera. This is 2020.
And if you
stop gaslighting me. There are ways to prove this wrong.
And if he just wanted a baby, he could have just Kevin Baconed himself all over town.
Yeah.
And in his case, his suit's invisible, so he would just unzip and just be a floating wiener. And he would just make kid, you know?
He's got a piss and shit hole, dude.
Kind of childish, don't you think?
She must have had the most magical mouth and vagina ever. I don't get it. They didn't clarify. I needed the clarification of what made her the most special fugly lady I've ever fucking witnessed. Great actress. She killed it.
She's a card-carrying member of Scientology. Elizabeth Moss believes in a galactic overlord named Xenu.
Elon Musk is that rich, and he has babies all over the place.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you're right. It must be something about this woman that he obsessively wants to a point where he puts the whole world upside down to do it.
He put that pussy on a pedestal, man.
That being said, since he did do that, it's kind of scary and creepy. Did you hate it, Evan? I thought it was okay. As far as
the ending was kind of, I thought I was like, well, that's kind of cool.
I mean, as far as updates to the Invisible Man, I thought it had a kind of a clever premise with the whole suit thing, and I thought that there were some creepy moments that were kind of, you know, for a modern horror movie, had some interesting takes. I didn't hate it like you did, I guess. So let me ask you guys a question. If you had an invisible suit, but you only had an hour, what would you do?
I feel like I would need to rob somebody.
Yeah. The obvious choice is to steal stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
I would steal some shit.
Yeah.
But we're poor people, I guess. If we were rich, it would be different.
Yeah, it would be a murder.
Then it would be like...
If we were rich, it would be a murder.
Well, then it would be impregnate someone, right? Like, that's the second.
Yes, of course.
I'll fuck anything that moves.
Ladies, please. This is science.
So long as she won't leave me and hate everything about me.
What if you just had that suit, but all you did was watch an Invisible Man movie at home and not and while you're invisible?
You're just invisible watching it just to hide your self-shame.
So, you know, just this thing on more of a scientific note. The new one is the only one that's even remotely realistic with the suit. Because if you actually turned invisible and your eyes were invisible, then light wouldn't reflect off your eyeballs and you wouldn't be able to see. You'd be blind. Am I wrong?
Well, you wouldn't be able to talk because of the tongue too, right? I mean,
well, I mean, I'm just saying your tongue's invisible, but still there. I mean, everything's still there. Your eyes are still there.
But you wouldn't.
But if you have nothing to reflect off of, that's how eyes work, right?
Putting a little cherry on top, how everybody felt about all three movies. So we'll go back to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Would you buy it, burn it because you hate it, borrow it because you like it, or boycott it because you never want to see it again?
Okay, so buy it, you love it, and you want to buy it for your collection.
You love it. You love it.
I mean, okay.
You love it so much. Buy it.
Borrow it? Is that what you said?
Yeah, borrow it. Like, yeah, cool, I'll watch it again. That's like, oh, dude, is it streaming? I'll watch it, you know?
Okay, so if it's on and it's free, I'll watch it again.
Or if we're 20 years ago, you have it, I could borrow it. Thanks, guy.
Okay, or burn it, which is...
Hate it.
You hate it.
Hate it.
Or boycott a rewatch.
Boycott a rewatch, just like, no, I'm good, dude. I never want to see it again.
Wait, so boycott, but boycott seems bad to me. Like you hate it so much you want to like boycott it, like you're offended by it.
Well, see, for me, Invisible Man 2020. So we'll just roll. That's why I came up with it. Was Invisible Man 2020 is a boycott for me.
But burning is worse than boycotting. All right, well let's start with 33, right?
Great segue.
So 30,
let's go 33.
So 33. I would buy it for $29.99 on Blu-ray, and I put it on my shelf and never watch it again.
Epic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I like it. That's what you do right there.
Because it's a collector's. I want to collect all the Universal monsters, even the bad sequels, just to have it. The Invisible Woman and everything on there.
I'd borrow it. It was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I own it. I mean, it came with all the other ones.
Oh,
like,
so you literally bought it.
I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I really, really thought the 1933 one was incredible. You're invisible, and he's choking people to death.
Mm-hmm.
He's moitering it.
Yeah,
the seed in your mind, and it's like he didn't want to do it, but that's what it made him do. It is hardcore. The effects are cool. All the little fun.
He beat some guy with a stool too.
That guy died.
Mm-hmm. Murder.
Mm-hmm.
Murder most foul. Hollow Man. I would buy it for $49.99 in a 2-pack with Hollow Man 2.
I like that.
On HD DVD.
That's an expensive 2-pack.
But I would pay more because I'm in my scenario. I'm really wealthy and I have a lot of money to spend on Blu-rays.
This is proving that I gotta change what our criteria is.
And then I'm so rich I would buy it, then I would burn it just for fun, and I'd buy another one. Just so Kevin Bacon makes more money.
Not Spacey.
And Christian Slater.
Blast off.
Kevin Nealon.
Feeling the flow. Working.
And Christian Bale make more money off of my purchases. So, okay, how about you, Evan? I'd borrow it.
I would. I would.
Yeah, this criteria sucks, dude. I'm gonna change these 4 things. It's terrible.
Those two are cool. Those two are very cool movies, and I like the 1933 one more than Hollow Man for different reasons, but I would borrow them. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I think invisibility is cool, but it kind of gets, I don't know, it kind of gets a little boring on screen to me.
In realistic scenarios, I wouldn't buy anything because I pirate everything.
I am a pirate king.
We're gonna cut that out. We're gonna make a little note.
I am a pirate king.
So what about Invisible Man 2020?
It's a boycott or rewatch, dude. I wouldn't burn it.
I would buy it in a box set. In a box set with the rest of the Dark Universe, which is Dracula Untold, Tom Cruise's Mummy, the new Invisible Man, and the new Wolfman.
And also the Benicio del Toro Wolfman. There's 2 new Wolfmen.
Yeah, put them all in there in a box set, and I would buy it like that.
You wouldn't buy it.
If I was rich and I had a lot of shelf space, yes.
Yeah, this guy is terrible. All right, Evan.
It's your criteria.
I know. I hate it. I have to change it.
It's not
You've proven it. Sorry.
It's not original, but yeah, I would boycott a rewatch. It took me 3 times to watch this movie. I fell asleep twice and then had to force myself this morning. Like, all right, this is like a homework assignment. You have to finish it, dude.
And it's pretty new. That's what's crazy is it's so new and it drags on. There's a lot of scenes where it's like, should I go look for the invisible guy over here? What was that? It's a phone vibrating? I'll look for him. It's going to take a while. It's 2 hours and 4 fucking minutes.
So would you rather own Memoirs of Invisible Man
Yes.
in a Chevy Chase box set or a John Carpenter box set?
Chevy Chase.
I've never seen it, so
It's awesome, dude. It's really awesome. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, like 12. Slowly fade in this Sonic song that we can't hear.
Sonic Racing!
Thanks for watching the fucking thing.
steal your soul in a minute and back here home.
Holy shit, we've done it. Thanks for watching.
Quality control.
Cool.